Fortnite over the years have made many collabs, one of them being anime, one of the biggest hits on the Fortnite community, which has brought cool mythics and features that we all loved. So today I will be ranking every Fortnite anime item, and before I start the video I will be including the avatar mythics, so heads up. Starting at number 13, aka last place, we have the Paper Bomb Kunai, and guys, I'm pretty sure a lot of you, like when I say a lot, I mean basically all of you will not argue with me with the Paper Bomb Kunai being at the last place. This might be one of the worst mythic items ever to be added to Fortnite, because Fortnite decided that let's just go ahead and nerf the Paper Bomb Kunai so much to the point where the damage input and the explosive input is barely nothing. And you have to have precise aim, actually hit a shot and let it explode. Let me just go ahead and tell you, this weapon did insane amounts of low damage to structures. It doesn't even matter if it's wood, brick, or metal. It did very low structure damage, and it couldn't even blow up wood wall, which the newest sticky grenade launcher could easily do that and get a kill. So that is why the Paper Bomb Kunai is in last place. At number 12, we have Earthbending, one of the avatar mythics, and this is the worst avatar mythic that is ranked on this list just because it is just not that good. I remember you could like throw rocks, that is why obviously it's better than the Paper Bomb Kunai, but still I think the damage wasn't that good. I also remember you could make like the shield wall thingy, but there is a much better shield thingy on later on this list. So that is why the Earthbending is I don't have the best memory of it, but I just don't think it is a very memorable. And guys, a lot of these items I don't hate, they're not the worst, but a lot of these anime items are just simply better. Number 11, we have the Thunder Spears, guys, and I don't think a lot of you will actually even remember this item, since there is another anime item that is with this item to Fortnite at the exact same time, which will be higher on this list. I don't think a lot of you actually remember the Thunder Spears. But let me just go ahead and explain to you the Thunder Spears. So basically, these are spears that came with the Attack on Titan collab. If you hit a player, it did some damage, and then it exploded on them. So I'm pretty sure it did like 70 damage to 100 damage. It definitely wasn't bad. It shredded health okay, and then it did structure damage was okay. Obviously, a lot of explosive items I will like highly expect them to kill structures and builds very easily. The Thunder Spears do okay, but obviously I told you there will be a higher up anime item on this list that is just better, that came to Fortnite at the exact same time, so that is why it is at number 11. Number 10, we have Firebending, another avatar mythic. Now, obviously, the Firebending did decent damage. If you spammed it, you were probably going to get that kill, but obviously, if you were the one getting used on, you would be pretty annoyed. And guys, we're gonna go ahead and look at how much it can do to builds and structures, but I don't really see the appeal of Firebending. I'm not sure about the damage input. I'm pretty sure if you just spammed it, obviously the damage would be lower. The DPS would also be lower. And I'm sure the DPS was great, but obviously the cooldown was needed, especially for Firebending, where you could just spam, and you would probably get that kill. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you will obviously put this lower on this list, since it's just not better than the other mythics. At number 9, we have the Ice Wall, Todoroki's Ice Wall. This came in Chapter 4, Season 4, and to this day, I can somehow remember that item actually being in Fortnite, guys. Now, let me just go ahead and tell you, this weapon in build mode, it just doesn't. You could literally just build like one, two, or three walls, and then you could probably block a lot of the shots and damage hits. But if you had this in zero build, this would definitely be a banger, and you would actually stop so much damage, guys. And not to say this, but the Ice Wall blocked the Kamehameha and the Deku Smash will actually be higher up on this list, and you'll see this later. But it blocked one of the best anime mythics to ever come to the game, which definitely, if you had just a few builds there, it would shred through the builds and instantly delete you from the game. But Ice Wall, the Todoroki's Ice Wall, could block any of the mythics, which was actually kind of surprising to me, and so this is why it is ranked at number 9. Number 8, we have the Straw Doll technique with the Jujutsu Kaisen collab. Came in Chapter 4, Season 3, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it came in the Chapter 4, Season 3. Now, the Straw Doll technique, it was another explosive weapon, which in explosive, I will rank it based on how much structure damage or how easily it will kill a structure or build, just because, obviously, when you're playing in build mode, I usually play build mode, and when you're playing in build mode, you obviously want to break down the other person's builds, so this is why Straw Doll technique is one of the better ones, better explosives to deal damage to builds, since I remember when I played it, it could easily like shred through builds, and you could actually do decent damage, and then the explosive damage when it hits the opponent will do great damage, actually, I remember, and and you actually had infinite of the Straw Doll technique. You could just spam it forever. Obviously, you had a cooldown, but obviously there is another mythic that dropped at the exact same time that will be higher up on this list. Number 7 is the Nimbus Cloud, and a lot of you guys will remember this, but maybe some of you guys won't. This came with the Dragon Ball collab, and this is basically an alternative infinite mobility using item. It's basically where you jump high up in the air, and then you get this cloud gliding thing. It's basically when you jump onto a jump pad, and then you float in the air. It is a great mobility item. It is also an infinite use mobility item, which is actually crazy, but obviously you had a cooldown. And if you guys remembered, when you go on the Nimbus Cloud, you can cancel that, and you can just drop right down without taking any fall damage, and you can literally land on someone's head and one-pump them. I actually remember there's one time when I actually did do that, which was really, really cool. So that is why the Nimbus Cloud is such a great mobility item. Infinite flies is crazy, so that is why it is at number 7. Number 6, this you might be kind of surprised that I ranked it kind of low, but it is the Hollow Purple, which also came at the exact same time as the Straw Doll technique in Chapter 4, Season 3, I believe. Now, the Hollow Purple, it was basically this crazy mythic that you got from these Jujutsu Kaisen llamas, and you could also get the Straw Doll technique with it. But the Hollow Purple is crazy. It went right through builds, like any builds, even a fully built metal wall, it could go straight through it. The damage was insane. It was like at least over 100, and it was actually insane. Obviously, when you're standing up there, you can, or in the motion, you can get shot or sniped easily, but obviously, when you get that into someone's build, you got a free kill, basically. So that is why it is in number 6. It is a really, really good mythic, crazy damage, obviously, but the downside here is that you only have 3 uses, and you had a cooldown. So you only had 3 Hollow Purples to use, but still it is a great anime mythic item. Number 5, we have Airbending. Now, Airbending is similar to the Nimbus Cloud, where you get infinite mobility. But here's the thing. On the Nimbus Cloud, you have a cooldown. On the Airbending, you don't have a cooldown. So you can literally go on forever. Like, infinite mobility forever. Like, you don't even have a cooldown. The downside on Airbending is that you're on land. Like, you can't fly, but still. Infinite without any cooldown is actually crazy. Infinite mobility without a cooldown is crazy, guys. And shall I remind you guys, this also stopped fall damage. When you're in, like, the motion, if you, like, jumped off a cliff by accident, you wouldn't actually take any fall damage. You would not die because the airbending would stop it. So that is why it is such a great, like, simple but great mobility item that Fortnite has added. Number 4, we have a similar avatar and the last avatar mythic, waterbending. If you guys remember clearly, the waterbending, you had to be precise, like really precise, to actually hit your shots. But once you did, there was no stopping from you to get that kill. It did decent damage to structures, and it would do crazy damage to players if you hit them. The range was actually insane too, and if you guys remember, the reload was like less than a second. You basically, your skin just turns around and it's already locked and loaded, and you can start another round of rapid firing water, which was actually insane. I thought the waterbending was going to be one of the weakest out of all 4, but I was definitely wrong. The waterbending is the best one out of all 4, with such a great DPS. Reload time is insane, and it did crazy damage, and so was the range. So that is why it is number 4. Top 3, guys. In number 3, we have Dragon Ball Z's Kamehameha, guys. And I'm sure, maybe, I'm not sure, I don't know if I pronounced the Kamehameha right, but correct me if I am, but it should be, it should sound like the Kamehameha. It's basically this crazy beam when you go up in the air, and then if players see that blue light, they know they're dead. Like, it goes instantly through builds without like any resistance. It just shreds through players. It did like the Kamehameha basically killed a player in less than 2 seconds from the beam shredding through builds. You can't defend it unless you like run away from it. It is definitely not good. But guys, I don't know if it's just me, but when I use this item, the cursor, like, or whatever crosshair you had, you couldn't really move it. You could move it like 1 inch, but that is the only bad part. Wherever you aim before you shoot the Kamehameha, that is basically where you can only use it. You can't aim anywhere else, which would actually be kind of crazy. It would basically be Godzilla's light beam. It's that crazy. You would shred through builds. You have like infinite uses, I believe, but I am not sure. Or maybe you only have three. But still, it was a crazy, crazy, crazy anime item that you could actually kill a player in so fast. Number 2, we have Attack on Titan's ODM gear from Chapter 4, Season 2. This with the Thunder Spears dropped at the exact same time, but the ODM gear was just so much better, guys. And guys, hear me out. I was considering putting the ODM gear below the airbending, but obviously airbending you couldn't actually do any real damage. The ODM gear, like, it is unmatched, guys. It is unmatched. The mobility on the ODM gear is unmatched. It is probably, and guys, if you ask any Fortnite player what is their favorite item in all of Fortnite, probably a lot of them will say the ODM gear. It was just such a fun experience, guys. You could swing through trees, swing through buildings, you could even do attack damage. Players just couldn't hit you when you're swinging like that. And with third-person POV on the ODM gear, it was basically Spider-Man's web shooters, but just so much better. So that is why it is on number 2. Number 1, the best anime Fortnite collab of all time, Deku Smash. Released in Chapter 4, Season 1, the Deku Smash is a crazy, crazy hitter on Fortnite. The Kamehameha is similar to the Deku Smash, where it instantly deletes the players. It doesn't matter how many structures, how many walls are in it, except for the Todoroki's wall, I said previously. But it doesn't matter any walls, any structures, anything that's in front of the player. If a Deku Smash is coming straight at you, it is killing you instantly. I believe first it does like 100 damage, and then second it does 200 damage, adding it up to 300 damage, guys. It is actually insane. The Deku Smash is insane, guys. But obviously the down part to the Deku Smash and the Kamehameha is when you're up there doing your thingy. When you're charging it up, you can easily get sniped or shot out of the air. But honestly, when you see a giant light beam, the first thing you think is, well, you're probably dead. But the second thing you think of is running away. That just won't save you, because you're still gonna get instantly put right back to the lobby, guys. The Deku Smash is the best anime item in all Fortnite, in my opinion, guys. And guys, that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching today's video. If you have any other suggestions or comments or anything that you would like to change in this ranking, just tell me in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next time. Peace.